Hey traders, John Howell here. Today we're going to be looking just a bit of a technical analysis across the markets about some key levels we should be focusing on moving forward after this Easter break. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, see that trading course right there? I'm giving away free access to that. If you do need some help with your trading right now, whether it's the mistakes you're making, chart reading, trading systems, that trading course there, I'm actually giving it away for free. So go get access to that right now. For first link in the description, I think it is, or johnsfreegift.com. So let's actually start off with the good old Dow Jones first, and then we'll start to move forward from there. So we'll look at the Dow Jones, and we can see how that looking at the Dow Jones is that the Dow Jones for me is really in no man's land, and we're potentially getting a V bottom out of the Dow Jones, but we're still in no man's land right now. So if I sort of zoom in, let me actually go to the 3-month view here. Let me just go back to say the 6 months there. If we can see this level here, right? So we can see we have a move down, and then we have a strong move back up. And we definitely did sort of get back above this level through here. So that's going to be the key level I'm going to watch for this week on the Dow Jones as well too, is like, do we hold above this level? And what actually happens there? Plus also we've got a lot of resistance through there around that 34,000 level. So that's probably going to be a key level. If we do start to move up from here, we're probably going to hit that, maybe even reject it from there, and then maybe have a bit of a pullback from there as well too. So depending on what actually happens, if we start off the week with a bullish tone, we're probably likely to run towards that 34,000. So on an intraday basis, if you're trading intraday charts, let me bring this up through to here, right? If you're trading intraday charts, then I would say that if I go to my hourly charts, then yeah, possibly even that level there, eh? Let me take that off the screen. So that level through there, if you are trading the intraday charts, then this is the hourly chart on the Dow Jones. You can see how we have that level through there. Actually, that's actually looking quite nice. Let's go back to this chart through here. So that's actually looking quite nice. Let's go back to here. So on an intraday basis, guys, especially you private clients of mine, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. On an intraday basis, if we continue to get like a bit of a continue to get more of a sideways movement out of this Dow Jones, then like say something like through here, and we're likely to get this move coming up through here, then if we can get something like that coming, we're probably likely to have a move up like that. So there could be a really good sort of intraday trade there for you, again, for you private clients of mine. You know exactly what I'm talking about. If you want to know exactly the system I'm talking about here, guys, again, that free trading course link in the description, you can actually get, I'll teach you all the details to the system here. This is more of a market update, so I don't want to actually get too focused on the actual system side of things. It's more just an update from there. But looking at the Dow Jones, that actually looks like what we could actually get there, because once it breaks this level of resistance 36, we're likely to run to that level through there. So that's what I'm seeing right now on the Dow Jones. Let's go have a look at the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is, again, a bit of a different kettle of fish. There you go. Different kettle of fish. We definitely are in this sideways movement through here. Let's actually see some support and resistance levels. We don't need to worry about that anymore because that was obviously there through, that was that level through there. If I'm looking at any major levels of support and resistance, it's probably that level, maybe a bit higher. Yeah, it's probably that level through there, I would say, on the S&P 500. Again, if I go to the hourly chart, yeah, the hourly chart's actually quite right near there. Maybe even back up near there somewhere would be the resistance level I'm focusing on. So that level through there and that level through there. So if we do get a little upward move on the S&P 500, we're probably gonna likely to hit its head through there. So it's really interesting to see what's going on here. So if we do get looking at the S&P 500, let's go to the weekly chart here for a minute. We definitely do have, there is a significant level on that weekly chart up through that level through there, I would say. So looking at, yeah, that level, because I'm just trying to pick up these sort of main areas through here. So we can see how we have this sort of support, and then we have resistance. And then we have this resistance through here as well too. So we can see what we got going on through there on the S&P 500. So that tells me that if I go to back to the daily charts, that we could actually possibly even see again, just maybe a bit lower than that. Maybe it's actually slightly through there. I'm just trying to get, what I'm trying to do, guys, is like right now it's not like a definite area. It's not like a definite number, but it's more like an area, right? So you can see like it's more like a band. If I draw a band, it's more like that level through there. You know, see what I'm saying there, right? So it's more like an area of the S&P 500. But if we go back to the hourly charts now and we look at that, then that tells me that if we did go for a run, let's go back to, yeah, if we did actually go for a move up on that Dow Jones chart, then the S&P 500 could actually have a move back up towards the 4,200. If we did get that, we're probably going to get a bit of a pause out of that, looking at that. So that's if we did get that from there. So, but again, the really big thing about the S&P 500 is that the market's really just going to continue overall sideways through here. So we're not really getting any key indication. Let's go back to this chart here with no moving average on it. Yeah, you can see we're just really overall sideways, right? Like this also could be a head and shoulder formation for me from here, right? So we could have this shoulder, head, and then also a shoulder formation from there. So that's actually what we could be seeing from there, from the S&P 500. From that there, let's go look at the Nasdaq right now. Let's go have a good look at the Nasdaq. So key levels of support and resistance are obviously. Let's actually go to that. Let's go back to that weekly chart here for a minute. So that weekly chart, you can definitely see that area through probably, I'd have to say through there would definitely be an area on that weekly chart. Let's take that off the screen. We don't need to worry about that. Let's take that off the screen. Don't need to worry about that as well. We definitely are getting like a bit of a short-term trend line coming up through there. So that'll be pretty valid to see what's actually going on moving forward. If we bring up now the Nasdaq as well, we can see that we actually have this support and resistance level all through, yeah, probably through there, I would say. So if we do break this level here on the Nasdaq, actually that actually looks quite nice, doesn't it? And now we're looking at that level through there. Yeah, so you can see how, let's go back to the hourly chart here on the Nasdaq. So you can see the Nasdaq's one, we actually, interesting thing, guys, is like we could actually start off with quite a bullish tone here I'm seeing across the markets, because if we continue through here, we start to get a bit of a breakout here on the Nasdaq, especially on that hourly chart, then we could actually see, you know, a bit of a nice rise, like a 5% or so rise out of the Nasdaq before we start to get into this level of resistance up through there, I would say. So it definitely looks like, guys, like that again, if we do see a break in the Dow Jones, the S&P is probably going to follow, the Nasdaq's probably going to follow. So we actually may be getting ready for quite a nice move up. And what I'm generally looking for, if you guys sort of wondering, is I'm looking for some sort of large bar, right? So see this sort of large bar through here. See how we actually got, the sort of the move up, the pullback, and then we've got this sort of large bar. That's generally what I would like to see. So if we got some sort of, again, sort of small bars like this, get the moving average, and then some sort of large bar like that, that'll give me really big confidence to see this thing start to move back up from there, looking at that from there. So that's actually what I'm seeing right now across the board when it comes to the indices. Let's go have a look at the mining stocks. Before I get to the mining stocks, guys, if you'd like to get some of you guys have actually been asking me about my private coaching program and what I do. So if you're interested in getting private coaching from me, and then also actually seeing the trades that I do, learning my trading system, getting access to my scanner, and then every single day, again, seeing the trades that I do every day, both from a trading perspective and an investment perspective, then that's second link in the description, or go to getjohnshelp.com, getjohnshelp.com. Once you go over to getjohnshelp.com, again, I think it's the second link in the description there. Once you go over there, you can fill out the application form. Then you'll be booked for a time for us to speak, and then we'll see if you're a good fit for the program or not. But what will happen is, as soon as you click submit on that application form, then on the very next page, you'll get instant access to a sort of a master trading course that I've got. I'm going to give you free membership access to that. So you want to get access to that, guys, and also book a call with me, then go to getjohnshelp.com. So let's actually look at the good old mining sector. Let's start off with the good old GDXJ. This is sort of my baby in a sense. And I say my baby in a sense because I've been investing in this for quite some time. This purple line down here, that's my break-even level. And again, some of you guys are probably saying, bullshit, John. It's like, it's all right. My private clients have been with me for a few years, know that this is my break-even level. They know I've been adding and adding and adding. So GDXJ, and if you guys have been around for the last few years, you know I've been a GDXJ sort of component for quite some time now. So looking at the GDXJ, we can see we have a downward move through here. We have a low, and now we have a higher low, and now we're breaking back up again. So this is now starting to gain a lot of strength here out of this GDXJ, and we've got a bit of a move up. So we are getting a very strong move up. I wouldn't be too surprised actually to get some sort of a pullback soon. So let's actually look at where the moving average is. So let's go look at the 52 moving average. Yeah, the 52 is quite flat here. So what I wouldn't be too surprised to see is, again, there's a lot of lines through here that I got. So let me just take all these. Oh, I don't need any of this stuff on the screen. As you can see, guys, a lot of my time when I'm just trading, I really am just trading based off like this and one moving average. That's actually, by the way, that's all my trading system really is. Okay, there's 4 rules that goes into it, and again, that link in the description there in that free trading course, you can actually learn the actual system itself. So we have a move up, and then we have a flattening out, and then what we could be getting is that what I would like to see here is like we've already had a move up, right? So we already had a move up, and we're getting quite far away. So what would be beneficial is that maybe we get a little bit of a pullback, let this moving average start to catch up a bit more, and then we can get ready to go for another move again. But this sort of low through here and significant higher low is definitely showing that the buyers are coming back in. And this is the very first time we've actually got a significant, like a really strong higher low out of the markets all this time in the markets through there. So we can see what's going on there with the GDXJ. We can see on the GDX as well too, same sort of scenario as well too. We did have that line going on through there. We don't need that anymore. We don't need that one anymore. This line through here is probably going to be relevant in the markets because we may even go sideways for a bit. So somewhere through there, I would say. So that trend line is probably going to be definitely valid in the markets. We may even be creating like a bit of a channel. Oh, look at that. Look at that, eh? Look at that beautiful channel there. So we may even get like a bit of a short-term little upward move, but we are, as you can see, we had a very big upward move. So I wouldn't be too surprised to get maybe a bit of a short-term pullback out of this level through here. Again, like a bit of a short, because you can see where we are right now with the channel, right? So I wouldn't be too surprised to now see a short-term little pullback out of this level. So if we did get something like this, like maybe like a bit of a pullback like this, get this moving average start to catch up a bit more, and then create another high low, then we're probably going to start to do something like that and break out. And then once we actually do break out, or once we actually start to get this sort of action coming over the next few weeks on the GDX, we can actually see that we've actually got this move up from here to here. So what we do is we project that out, and wherever it breaks out, that's going to be sort of wherever it breaks out, that's going to be the projection through there. So that actually could be maybe somewhere through there. Where's that go to? Actually, yeah. So that actually looks quite sort of nice there. So that's how you do your channels there, guys. If you see a bit of a channel in place, once it actually does start to break out. Now, when I say that, there's a bit of a caveat here, okay? If this thing continues to run like this here and starts to break out, we're probably not going to see that target straight away. This is probably going to be a false breakout. We're probably going to get a pullback first. Then the second breakout is going to this here, because we've already had a very big move up. Okay, what's likely to happen, or what you want to see, is you would want to see a bit of a pullback first, start to get the breakout, and then you could use this as the target or wherever it actually breaks out. Makes sense? Looking at now silver as well too. Silver is actually looking really, really, really nice as well. Let's go to the weekly chart here with silver. Again, you can see here with silver, again, definitely strong breaking out now. Significant higher lows in the marketplace from there. As you can see, very, 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 very strong now in the marketplace. We'd have to use this now as the trend line, I would say. If I'm looking at some sort of trend line, we definitely got a strong breakout of that level there. So silver's now definitely saying we're now in a strong upward trend. Very, very, very strong upward trend from there. If we'd use that level through there, we could even use this as a short-term TA. And again, that sort of level through there as well. And maybe even something like that through there. Let's actually see. So probably somewhere through there, I would say. right? That through there, that through there. So possibly even, yeah, we could possibly use even that sort of channel through there, as you can see, right? So I'm just trying to use the most relevant sort of price action again, but this one here is more like this. And then if we use this trend line up here, we could probably use that through there, right? So it's almost pretty much the same sort of thing anyway, as you can see. And maybe if I draw it down a bit more from there to there. So as you can see, silver's actually had a very big move up as well. So if I bring up now the moving average as well, just squeeze this back up again. Now looking at silver, we can actually see with silver that we've actually had a very big move up already. Again, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see like a bit of a backing pattern, like a bit of a pullback here out of silver. And then away we go again. We definitely broke out of this. There was a very, very, very strong, significant level of support level through the 22 level on silver. So silver's now had a very big, strong move up. We're actually holding this level here now. So again, because what tends to happen is when we get too far away from the moving average, right, we tend to get some sort of a pullback, get the moving average catching up, and then away we go again. Once we get something like that, we can get something like that happening with silver. Then that's going to be very, very, very powerful because now we're breaking up through here. And then we're probably going to get ready for a really, really, really strong move out of the silver market from there. So that's what I'm looking at there from a silver perspective. And one thing, let's go now look at gold. Let's have a good look at gold here. So my overall target for gold has always been this 2,500 level. I got that based off this sort of channel projected target from here, from that there to that there, as you can see, from that there to that there. We are getting a very strong move up right now in the gold market. So that's sort of a bit of a projection there. I'd have to start to say now this is a bit of a trend line I would have to start to use if I'm looking at some sort of trend line, because that'll be now the last sort of low from there, looking at gold. Right, we can see that point through there from gold, and then we also can see that's actually in a bit of a channel. Same sort of thing like with a lot of the mining sector and also silver as well too, right? We're at a very sort of strong channel through here. So nice strong channel, but look where we're at, right? We're almost at these highs here, and we've had a very big move to the upside. So let's go back to the daily charts now, and let's just see where we're at. Yeah, we've had a bit of a short-term move and a short-term up move. This is probably likely to be a false move, I would say. Let's go to the moving average, see what the moving average. Yeah, this is probably likely to be a bit of a false move. And what I say by false move, guys, is once again, if we get too far away from the moving average, it's likely to get a pullback. And what's happened here is this, right? We actually went up, sideways, and we got up again. This is probably now likely to get a bit of a pullback like this. Get the moving average come out. Just a short-term pullback, I would say. Get a bit of get sort of what I call like a bit of time behind it. Get a bit of a rest behind it. And then we can actually then get to go again as well too. But as you can see right now, we're pretty much right at the top of that channel. We've got that level through there, as you can see as well too. And then we're almost at that level through there. So I wouldn't be too surprised. Once again, look at the mining sector right now, guys, for me is definitely possibly a short-term pullback. We have started I believe we started a really big, strong bull market out of these. But on a short-term analysis, looking at the gold and silver markets and even the mining sector, it looks like we're about to get a short-term pullback out of that. So there we go, guys. There's a bit of an update across the markets. There's a lot more other things I can talk about, like interest rates and even some of the crypto markets are actually looking quite good as well too. But I'll cover that in the next video. And so, guys, if you'd like to get some of my coaching or you'd like to get my help, if you'd just like to get started, guys, grab that free trading course. Go to johnsfreegift.com. Or if you'd actually like to apply for my Inner Circle coaching program where I can coach you, you can actually see what I'm actually doing. You can log in live every day to see the exact trades I'm taking every day, and I can coach you every day. Also, short-term investing, long-term investing, stuff like that. Then go to getjohnshelp.com, getjohnshelp.com. Once you go over there, fill out the application form. You'll be booked to have a call with me. And then also you get instant access to a trading course as well too. Have a great day, guys.